Hi fellas, not so long ago we've got for trying some Chinese monster. No, not coronavirus, I hope so, but Realme X2 Pro. I wanted to call it a flagship, but the company already shown more powerful X50 Pro. Anyway, it made only the best for this device and the customers, as it's not high price, soon gonna go even lower. Okay, that's me looking into the future. Today you'll find out what we think about this guy. Welcome to Tech Fellas, my name is Bogdan, and let's take into it. We always start with the outer look, cause it's responsible for the first impression about the smartphone when you take it out of the box. In brief, device has an excellent style. Both on the front side and on the back there is a glass with just wonderful oleophobic coating. By the way, the front panel has got a protective film straight out of the box, and what is especially nice, it also can be cleaned up easily. That is similar to OnePlus smartphones, and I definitely enjoy that fact. Frame of the device is made of metal and feels quite tenacious. Smartphone lays pleasantly in hand and has nice weight. There is no feeling that you are holding a foam prop. The assembly is very well done. As for the one-hand control, it is expected to be so-so. The smartphone is large, and I believe not everyone will find it comfortable to use it that way, especially on the go. Of course, I cannot forget to praise this beautiful shimmering back. It is done simply and with a good taste. By the way, under this wonderful overflow, manufacturer found a place for NFC that turns the lights on deep inside my dark soul. Besides, the body also contains a place for mini jack. With decent earbuds, this phone sings at least good enough. Just a pity that there is nothing supernatural in this sound, cause no dedicated audio chip was installed in here. In total, we have a standard sound level as for these days smartphone. At least I can say that speakers play nicely. I mentioned exactly speakers, as both multimedia and front-facing one create a stereo pair. I'm happy about the volume and details quality. No rattling or humming was found by our sharp ears. In just a step before speaking about the screen, I must mention that fingerprint reader is under it. The work is quick and stable. An alternative to it is the face recognition technology that bases inside the front camera. We have no complaints to stability and response speed of this feature either. Now let's get to the screen. It is 6.5 inches Super AMOLED with a resolution of 2400 by 1080. What I can say is that pixel density doesn't force your eyes to see separate points. The picture looks seamless, colors are adequate, sensitivity of the grid brings only satisfaction. Viewing angles as well as brightness range are just fine, like a fine wine. The firmware has got DC dimming, and the showstopper here is the refresh rate of 90 Hz. Among our team there are people who really feel that smoothness in such screens. For example, my daily phone hasn't got this feature, so every time I look into the 90 or 120 Hz screen, my eyes seemingly get into another dimension. The same feelings I've got with this phone. For others who got used to modern smartphones and just don't feel that difference, I can safely say that this screen is great indeed. Ending up about the front of the phone, there is nowhere to hide from always on display if it's included, even in its simplest form, at least for me, as I love this feature. Continuing about the front of the phone, let me show you what selfie camera can do. The taken photos I can hardly call not bad. When zooming in, you'll immediately spot that the shots are lacking of sharpness. White balance is more or less correct. Dynamic range could be better. I have approximately the same complaints about the videos from this cam. Just saying, they are coming out in 1080p. Photos from the main camera are much better, but even them I can't call ideal. There are several lenses you can switch to, capturing more valuable information into the frame. Pictures are sometimes extremely pleasing with details, and sometimes are just upsetting by not the widest dynamic range. I wanna say that the camera is an average on the market, but I expected a bit more from almost a flagship. In other words, the experienced hands are capable of taking good photos on the smartphone, but you definitely need to get used to this camera. The biggest disappointment for me was the night mode, which is simply here just cause everyone else has it. The pics come out with smearing, they are not detailed, the camera doesn't work hard to draw some objects from the complete darkness. In general, this quality is far behind iPhones, Huawei's and definitely Google Pixels. What I enjoyed is videos 4K resolution. In total, clips are quite decent, for a family memories or showing something to swagger for friends. Sometimes the camera can be not happy with colors, but within adequate range. Separately, I'd like to note stabilization. It is okay in here, and its results resemble OnePlus smartphones at some point. Just if you wanna see new stuff on this channel, here's an example of video shooting at night. In my humble opinion, not bad at all, so check it out too if you get this phone. It's hardware time! The frontman here is recently the most advanced chipset Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 Plus. For the graphics, here's Adreno 640. Our samples got 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage, which is sadly not expandable by micro USB card. By the way, the standard for RAM is LPDDR4X. For the storage, UFS 3.0. Pay attention, as when buying 6x64 gigs version, it carries UFS 2.1 memory standard. How fast does our sample work? Very. Indeed, I would say it's more snappy than live. While some smartphones are boiling cause of Snapdragon 865 and others simply doesn't have it, 855 Plus easily deals with any tasks. Absolutely all daily quests that you start on it, Realme X2 Pro will finish in a blink of an eye. Well, it's not that AI that you probably thought about, but anyway, you get what I mean. The same goes for demanding games. Upon setting the maximum graphics, FPS number will be permanently high. For instance, World Tanks Blitz easily give out 55 to 60 FPS in the first game as well as in the 20th. Benchmark tests think about this phone as following. The screenshots are all yours to check and compare, and we are moving on. So the battery, its capacity is 4000 mAh. On average loads, the smartphone from it lives about a day and a little bit more. I agree, expectations were higher, but on the other hand, the screen is not small and the hardware is hungry, so in total, it's all working out. But anyway, what people should talk about is the charging time. From a native power adapter and cable, the smartphone charges up to 47% in 10 minutes. Over 15 minutes, it gets to 65%, and the full charge will hit after just 28 minutes. Gosh, I'm taking my lunch longer than that. Some may start arguing that with such a charging speed, the battery might go down in a month. We just give a thumbs up to the company for a good result and tell all witnesses from the charge of 1 ampere that no one should say crap if you're gonna feed the smartphone with less powerful charger. Democracy, bitch. Summarizing the stuff, the phone is certainly not ideal. It bows down to competitors with camera quality, however boldly makes its way with awesome hardware. You might be disappointed by the lack of storage expansion option, but you will be pleased with 90Hz screen and of course with mini jack that you will not find in latest flagships. Overall, I think that Realme X2 Pro succeeded, and I'll tell you even more, this might be the one of the few smartphones in recent years that can seduce you to switch from your not so old smartphone, just because it has almost everything that the heart of general human desires. A beautiful body, large screen with always on display, and an in-screen fingerprint reader, snappy hardware, really fast charging, adequate battery life, even NFC in this device from China, and of course, once again, the beloved headphone jack. In the end, I can safely recommend it for buying, and if you have some questions about that phone, you're welcome in the comment section down this video. I will also leave a couple of links for buying this phone in internet stores in the description box below. And if you like this video, then why not to support our channel by subscribing to it, hitting the like button, ringing the bell to stay tuned for more cool content. My thanks for watching and cheers! Okay, just wait a little bit. I'm another team, there are people who really feel that difference. For example, my daily phone hasn't got that feature, so every time I see 50, I see 90 or 120 Hz screen, my eyes seemingly get into another dimension. The same feelings I've got with this phone.